अच्छा,
उसके बाद ये काफ़ी अर्से बाद सेफगार्ड
इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, आई डोंट नो हाउ टू आंसर दैट. स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स इसी तरह से चल रही हैं जिस तरह से कोर्स है. नेक्स्ट. Now there are three types of contingent trade protection measures. One is anti-dumping, as I said, the other is countervailing, and the third is safeguard measures and actions. Now why this is contingent? If you remember that, it is contingent because all the three measures depend, the imposition of all the three measures depend on an investigation, and unless through that investigation you are able to prove that there is injury to the domestic industry, you cannot impose any of the three. So these measures are contingent upon the investigation. Next. Agreement on safeguards. Now if we look at the general provisions, normally a member is not permitted to restrict imports into its territory or exports from its territory. It's open, and it's the right of the people to export and import. Article 11 is on general elimination of quantitative restrictions of GATT 1994 and contains disciplines to control the regulation of non-tariff barriers or quantitative restrictions. And the provision of safeguards measure is an important exception to this article. This should be 10 and 11. Now, the provision of safeguard measures, we'll try to see how it is an exception to this. And the safeguard, there are two agreements basically we are going to talk about them today. Number one is the Article 19 of GATT 1994, and this pertains to Article 19 of GATT 1994 and the agreement on safeguard measures. The agreement on safeguards, basically it is just known this much. Now, what is the agreement on safeguards? Agreement on safeguards gives you clarity, it gives you more description and more elaborative rules for this article. Now this article was a very small article, it required a lot of clarifications, elaborations. Now our agreement on safeguards, which was signed in under the Uruguay round, gives you explanation to this article. So in another way, this article can be termed as a steering, and this can be termed as a vehicle through which you can operate Article 19 by the agreement on safeguards. Is that clear, or any confusion in it? Now safeguard measures are basically defined as emergency actions which with respect to imports of a particular product where such imports have caused or threatened to cause, number one, serious injury to the importing member's domestic industry. Now if you remember, under anti-dumping we use the word material injury. Now you probably term this term, and that is why I asked you. Now here under safeguard measures the term is serious injury, and the concept of serious injury is much more serious than the material injury. Serious injury as such is not defined in the GATT law, but serious injury means a stage, if you let it go, the industry cannot revive, the industry cannot rebound, or the patient cannot respond to the drip or any injection you give to it. So that is serious injury. And such measures in broad terms take the form of suspension of concession or obligation. Now I'll stop here for a moment and I'll ask you, what does suspension of concession or obligation means? Now if you remember, under market access we talked about the concept that whenever you receive requests from other countries for reduction, for market accessibility to your markets for their goods, what you do is you reduce the tariffs and bind them to give predictability to the exporter in your country, and then you include that concession to the schedule of concessions under Article 2 of the GATT 1994. Are you with me? How many of you? Where is the confusion? Statement is too long. Okay. Now, when we talked about market access, what is the concept of market access? Market access is if country A can supply B goods to Pakistan, it will come out with a request for the reduction of tariffs on those products and expect to bind them and place them in the schedule of concessions. And those concessions were made available to all other WTO member countries on the basis of MFN. Right. So far so good. So what has happened here? Suppose now let me give you draw a picture here that will explain you this whole concept. Just switch it off. Now suppose that Pakistan wants to export these products to the Japanese market. Now let me tell you, we are going back to square one position now. This is the table I drew earlier also. And the Japanese tariff on the import of these products are say 20%, 30%, 15%, 20% and 10%. And Pakistan wants to export these products to Japan, and it requests that Japan should reduce these from 20% to 10%, 30 to 15 to 7 to 10 and maybe 5. Likewise, Japan has got an opportunity to export textile machinery, for which Pakistan textile machinery will not be a good example because we already have zero rate of duty on it. Suppose consumer durables like Frigidaires and air conditioners, deep freezers, and Pakistan has got 20%, 25% tariff here. And on automobiles we have got about 150. On CKD. And Japan wants Pakistan to reduce its tariffs from 25% to 10% and from 150 to 50%. Now what happens is that these two countries can negotiate bilaterally or at the time of the trade round, but we'll talk about bilateral negotiations here. And Japan makes requests for reduction on these items to Pakistan, and Pakistan says, all right, we are prepared to give you reduction on these things, and you must reduce tariffs on these products so that we can export these products to your country, because the principle or the concept of market access negotiation is that it is to be done on mutually beneficial arrangement. Unless the mutual beneficial arrangement is not there, the concept of market access or the negotiation is not there. So this arrangement is, supposingly this arrangement is finalized, and these are the current or the applied rates now. That Pakistan has reduced tariffs, Japan has reduced tariffs for Pakistan on these products, and Pakistan has reduced tariffs on these products. Now what happens? The Pakistani industry producing, say, fridge or television or whatever the consumer durable product we are talking about is, with 10%, it realizes that earlier the total national demand was for about 1,000 units. This is total national demand. And prior to this reduction on consumer durables, that is fridge, TV or whatever it is, product A, the ratio was that 80% was domestic production and 20% was imports. Now with this reduction, now what has happened here? This is an obligation which Pakistan has undertaken under the Article 1828, whatever it is. We are not going into the details of that article because we've already covered that. Pakistan has earned an obligation under GATT rules, under the appropriate or any relevant section, for reducing tariffs from 25 to 10%. Now with this reduction, what happens is that lot of imports of fridge or TV come to Pakistan, and this percentage initially gets to this, and then finally to, and maybe even 50 to 50. Now what has happened here? You have, by earning an obligation of reducing tariffs from 25 to 10% on television for Japan, you opened your market, and the domestic production has gone down and the increased imports have gone up. Now under this situation, we are not talking of the price at the moment, we are only talking of the quantities coming in. Now what has happened here, that quantities of import have increased. Now what happens here when the cost of production goes down? When the production goes down, what is happening here? One by one, please. Will suffer, and when it suffer, it is what's happening to it? It is being injured. It is being injured. Now the law says, the safeguard law says, that if you have earned an obligation here by reducing the tariffs from 25 to 10 or whatever percentage in favor of a WTO member country, under the market access negotiations, I'm going to give a pause so that it's not a long sentence, in favor of a WTO member country, under market access negotiations, by lowering it and binding it, the imports have started entering your country. To safeguard your domestic industry from the injury which these increased imports have caused to your domestic industry, what you do is you apply safeguard measures. We are going to do it into detail, don't worry if you have not written anything. What these safeguard measures can take the form of, number one, yes?
Suspension or concession?
Which concession?
10%.
This concession. Number one, you can suspend the concession.
Without compensating.
Haven't I touched this subject earlier? Huh? जी मार्केट एक्सेस के तहत किया था, सॉरी, वी ओनली टच्ड इट अंडर मार्केट एक्सेस, राइट. सो नंबर वन, यू सस्पेंड द कंसेशन, और you, in other words, what you're doing is you're modifying it. By modifying mean you are increasing it. So there are two things. Number one, you can have tariffs imposed on the import of this product, or you can have quotas. Now Article 11 says that a country cannot impose quantitative restrictions, but safeguards is an escape, is a provision, is an exception under which you can also have quotas. Now if you have followed this diagram, it will be very easy for you to follow the whole agreement.
Sir, let's say 10% से इसको increase करते हैं, हमारे जो market access है और भी है कि we have to
Compensate.
compensate.
Yes, I'm coming to it. That will be covered under it. That was in fact confusing me कि मैंने आपको compensation I've already taught you. Is this okay? So what is an obligation? Yes, Shahid. What is an obligation? When a country earns an obligation?
हम अपने restrict कर देते हैं, बंद कर देते हैं.
Yes, by reducing and binding a tariff and placing it under the schedule of concessions, you have earned an obligation. Now the whole thing will move around this. So in broad terms, the such mayas could take the form of suspension of the concession or the obligation, which was the reduction of tariff and binding it. Number two can consist of quantitative import restrictions. या आपने जो tariff कम किया है उसको आप बढ़ा देंगे by the amount required, or you can also have quantitative import restrictions. What are quantitative import restrictions? Quotas. Limit, you limit something. Tariff quota, tariff rate quota. Yes.
अपनी बात निगेट करते हैं, बाकी कैंपेन में आप रिव्यू करते हैं और सेफगार्ड में आप कोटा लगाते हैं.
इसीलिए ये एक्सेप्शन है ना. अभी कोटा पे हमने ये तय नहीं किया कि वो किस तरह से लगेंगे.
ये तो सारी बात है, एक बात.
Say that again, what you're saying.
I mean, under MFN you cannot put any quota.
But this is an exception to it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This, yes, this is an exception to it.
Quota restriction market access में है क्या? Market access.
Market access के तहत ही की बात हो रही है ना. नहीं, say that again. I want to clarify your.
You only put safeguard, or a country will only be worried about its own domestic industry if it feels the injury is there. ऐसा नहीं कोई safeguard करता है. You have to prove it. I mean, if you can prove it, तो फिर you can put quota.
If we can prove it, then you are satisfied. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll prove it then. Okay.
Now, there is some change in the number or figure of the amount as such. You can have your safeguard by it. If there is some gradual decrease, we have something to safeguard the industry.
Yes, we'll see what do we really mean by gradual increase or decrease. Yes. You hold your question. Yes.
Perhaps a early question about the satisfied. Just I'll take the second that, for example, in case of TV, let's say Pakistan is producing about 3,000 TV, I would say about per week. And if there is an agreement of importing television from Japan is, let's say 50,000. Are you quantizing it? Let's say that we compromise that it should be 20,000 from Japan and so much amount from the local industry.
That is, you're referring to quota which will follow this. So you hold your question. Or duty increase to higher than the bound rates. So three things can happen. Number one, you hold your questions for few minutes and you will see they'll be all answered. Number one, as I explained it on the board earlier, that if a country has earned an obligation by reducing the tariffs, and as a result of that reduction, lot of imports come into your country because they are bound to. Once you reduce the tariff, what are you doing? Effect क्या आ रहा है? वो तो एक्सेस तो दे दिया, उसका नेट इफेक्ट क्या आ रहा है? What's happening? One by one, please. इंजरी तो बाद में होगी जब आपने नॉर्मल वैल्यू का यहाँ चक्कर ही नहीं है. प्रोटेक्शन भी बाद में आएगी। सबसे पहले तो ये होगा कि उस प्रोडक्ट की लैंडेड कॉस्ट आपके मुल्क में कम हो जाएगी, सिंपल, क्योंकि आपने ड्यूटी कम कर दी है। जब ड्यूटी कम की है तो पहले अगर उसकी लैंडेड कॉस्ट 20 रुपये आ रही थी तो अब 10 रुपये आएगी या 15 रुपये आएगी। जब 15 रुपये आएगी तो आप ज़्यादा इंक्लाइंड होंगे उसको ख़रीदने के लिए। तो जब ज़्यादा इंक्लाइंड होंगे तो आप और ज़्यादा ऑर्डर्स प्लेस करेंगे। व्हेन यू विल प्लेस मोर ऑर्डर्स, lot of imports will come to your country. When lot of imports will come to your country, what will happen? Domestic production नहीं बिकेगी. When domestic production is not sold, what will happen? How will injury come? क्योंकि domestic producer सिर्फ बनाए जा रहा है, is not been able to sell it. When he is not selling, he is not getting the cash flow back. When he is not getting the cash flow back, he is not paying the employees, he is not paying the bills, he is not doesn't have enough money to import the raw materials. तो उसका साइकिल टूट जाएगा, तो एंड में क्या होगा? he'll be injured. So this is the whole game about. We have to causal relation फिर आएगा। जो मैंने एंटी डंपिंग में छोड़ दिया causal relationship आपको नहीं कराया, वो इसलिए नहीं कराया कि कुछ पोर्शन में उसका यहाँ पर आपको कराऊंगा, क्योंकि you have to show कि आपने ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न की, आपने टैरिफ्स को नीचे किया। जब टैरिफ्स को नीचे किया तो एक सर्ज ऑफ इंपोर्ट्स, एक इंपोर्ट्स, इंक्रीज्ड इंपोर्ट्स या एक बहुत सारा फ्लो इंपोर्ट्स का आपके मुल्क में आ गया। जब फ्लो आया तो आपकी डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री हर्ट हुई। जब व्हाट इज इट? हाँ जी, इसी को सेफगार्ड करने के लिए ये सेफगार्ड आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ कि अगर ये बन जाएगा और इससे आपकी डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री हर्ट हो जाती है तो आप क्या करेंगे?
Sir, when we were in the process of negotiations and we were terms of conditions हो रहे थे सर, we were knowing that the natural consequence of this will be an injury to our local industry.
If we are able to foresee that, then your domestic industry will not be injured. ये चीज़ आपने foresee नहीं की कि imports कितनी बढ़ जाएंगी. This is exactly what the course is all about. जी, उसके ऊपर भी मैं आऊँगा, उसके ऊपर भी आऊँगा। So अभी you hold your questions, they are very interesting questions, they are very good questions, but all those questions are being answered in the course itself. Now जब ये सारी चीज़ हो गई और आपने देख लिया कि इंजरी शुरू हो रही है या थ्रेट है, तो what can you do is you can suspend the concession, जो आपने 10% का यहाँ पर in case of Japan किया, for that matter किसी के साथ भी किया, या आप क्वांटिटेटिव रेस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा सकते हैं, या आप ड्यूटी बाउंड रेट से ज़्यादा पे ले जा सकते हैं। व्हाट इज़ बाउंड रेट? जो आपने रिड्यूस करके 10% जापान को बाइंडिंग की, आप क्या कर सकते हैं? आप उस कॉन्सेप्ट को, जो आपने कंसेशन जो दिया था, ऑब्लिगेशन जो अर्न की थी, उसको ख़त्म कर देंगे, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, आप क्वांटिटेटिव रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा सकते हैं। नंबर 3, आप उस बाउंड रेट से रेट को बहुत ऊपर ले जा सकते हैं। अब जब आपने बाइंडिंग की थी तो 25 से 10 की थी, पहली सूरत में ये होगा कि आप उसको 25 पे ले जाएंगे। दूसरी सूरत में ये होगा कि आपका बाउंड रेट 10 है, आप इससे 25 से भी ऊपर ले जा सकते हैं, आप 35 पे भी ले जा सकते हैं। तीसरी चीज़ ये है कि आप ऊपर ले जाके प्लस उसके ऊपर क्वांटिटेटिव रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगा दें। अभी आप सिर्फ इस यहाँ तक, इस स्लाइड तक सिर्फ इतना समझें कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं। वील सी किन हालात में कर सकते हैं, इंजरी कैसे होगी, और जितने आपके सवालात हैं वील ट्राई टू आंसर दोस। अब ये जो सेफ गार्ड मेजर्स हैं, इनका मेन फीचर ये है कि सच मेजर्स मस्ट प्रोवाइड टेम्परेरी प्रोटेक्शन टू द डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री। ये एक परमानेंट फीचर नहीं है, इट्स अ टेम्परेरी। इसकी ड्यूरेशन कितनी है, अगेन वील ट्राई टू सी एट द एंड ऑफ दिस टॉपिक कि कितने अरसे के लिए आप लगा सकते हैं, कितने अरसे के लिए नहीं लगा सकते। बिकॉज व्हेन वी टॉक ऑफ टेम्परेरी प्रोटेक्शन, व्हाट इज टेम्परेरी? इट्स टाइम, इट्स ड्यूरेशन। तो लॉ मस्ट कंटेन सम रूल्स ऑन द ड्यूरेशन ऑल्सो। विल ट्राई टू सी व्हाट दे आर एज वेल टू फैसिलिटेट its adjustment. Now what is adjustment?
If there is a gap here, certain product is required for 6 months. If that gap has to be filled by importing certain equipment.
Any other?
सर हमने तो इसको गैस कर दिया तो हम कुछ एडजस्टमेंट उसको
एडजस्टमेंट किस चीज़ की एडजस्टमेंट देंगे आप उसको?
Sir, that difference that has come between that product being imported, that marginal value.
What, anybody else?
Which is injuring that domestic.
That आपने domestic industry that they adjust to certain environment, maybe.
एडजस्टमेंट किस चीज़ की हो सकती है? ये जब आप मार्केट एक्सेस को सारा कुछ कर रहे हैं, तो आप क्या कर रहे हैं? मार्केट एक्सेस जब दे रहे हैं, व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? When you have given access to your market, what are you doing? You are liberalizing, you are opening up, you are reducing tariffs, you are entering into a globalization phase. जब उसको आप ओपन अप कर रहे हैं, तो वो जो ओपनिंग अप की वजह से अब आप बना रहे हैं, आपकी जो आउटपुट्स हैं, आप मैक्सिमम गाड़ी बनाते हैं टोयोटा करोला तो 20,000 बनाते हैं। कोई और मुल्क, अगर इफ़ यू आर टॉकिंग ऑफ चाइना और जापान, वहाँ पर शायद 2 लाख गाड़ियाँ बनती हैं। इनके पास टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट्स हैं, आपके पास टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट्स नहीं हैं। उस इंडस्ट्री को एडजस्टमेंट का टाइम देंगे कि वो इंटरनेशनल कंपटीशन के लिए अपने आप को तैयार कर सके। नाउ आई थिंक इट शुड बी क्लियर नाउ। प्राइस तो इसमें है ही नहीं है जी, प्राइस सेफ गार्ड्स में है ही नहीं, फॉरगेट प्राइस, जस्ट थ्रो इट आउट ऑफ द विंडो। प्राइस है तो सिर्फ डंपिंग में है और सब्सिडी में है। यहाँ पर सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट है कि आपने टैरिफ्स लो किए हैं, बाइंड किया है, और उसकी वजह से इंपोर्ट्स बढ़ गई हैं। वी आर ओनली टॉकिंग ऑफ इंक्रीज्ड इंपोर्ट्स एट द मोमेंट। प्राइस को हम जब वर्कआउट करेंगे, व्हेन वील ट्राई टू सी, जब केस वर्कआउट करेंगे, फिर देखेंगे कि प्राइस का कुछ असर आता है या नहीं आता। And then it is expected to be used, it is not expected to be used as a long term protection. ये simple protection के लिए नहीं यूज़ होना है। It is a temporary phase and to provide adjustment to your domestic industry. And then they have to be imposed only when imports are found to cause or threaten serious injury to the competing domestic industry. Now what is competing domestic industry? We'll also see. But what is competing? Which is producing identical goods, like products. And they are generally applied on a non-selective basis. Now what is non-selective? कि आप किसी एक मुल्क पे नहीं लगाएंगे सेफगार्ड मेजर। किस पे लगाएंगे? सब पे लगाएंगे, on the basis of MFN पे लगाएंगे। But you can ask me a question कि जब हम मार्केट एक्सेस पढ़ रहे थे, तो हमने इनिशियल नेगोशिएटिंग राइट का एक कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा था, और हमने प्रिंसिपल सप्लाइंग इंटरेस्ट का भी कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा था। तो वो यहाँ पर MFN में कैसे हैंडल होगा? Any bells ring in your mind on that account? So we'll also try to answer that question here. Number 2, whatever number is, that they got to be liberalized gradually, progressively. जिस तरह आपकी इंडस्ट्री एडजस्ट करती जाए, जिस तरह इंडस्ट्री स्ट्रांग होती चली जाए, आप उन सेफ गार्ड मेजर्स को लिबरलाइज करते जाएं, उनको आप कम करते चले जाएं। सो इट्स अ बैलेंसिंग इफेक्ट। Next. Now, like safeguards like anti-dumping and countervailing don't have to require the finding of unfair trade practice. What was unfair trade practice? Price. Abnormal price, whether in the shape of dumping or in the shape of grant of subsidy by the government. And where MFN results in sharing the benefits of multilateralism, and safeguard is about sharing the burdens. Now your question that if it is done on safeguards, if it's done on MFN, now MFN के ऊपर जब आप market access देते थे, तो what were you doing? You were sharing the benefits. जब आपने एक concession को reduce, एक concession दिया, tariffs को reduce किया, tariffs को reduce करके bind किया, तो you made it on MFN basis, so that everybody in the class or in the world could share that benefit. Now when you are imposing safeguard measures, you do it on MFN basis. Why? So that everybody shares the burden. So you have partly answered, half of your question is still left. Now under certain conditions, now what are those conditions? They are very strict conditions, we'll have to see. Under those specified conditions, a country may take safeguard measures to protect its domestic industries. Now sometimes this safeguard measure is also called an escape clause. An escape clause means that it's an aberration to Article 11 of the GATT 1994. Yes, Shahid, next. Now if we talk about the historical background of the safeguard measures, we can see that they were regulated under the Article 19, and now the Uruguay round created the safeguard agreement, and it adds clarity and introduces certain changes. Now basically it's the Article 19 which is prevalent. The agreement on safeguard is, as I said, is just the steering through which you can drive Article 19 to implement it. Otherwise, it's all Article 19 which prevails. Next. Now, the aims of the agreement, that is the safeguard agreement. Now, in the preamble, it clarifies and reinforces the GATT disciplines, particularly those in Article 19. Now, if somebody asks you, what are safeguard measures? Safeguard measures are there to protect the domestic industry in the wake of, or in the case you have earned any obligation of tariff reduction and binding, which has caused injury to your domestic industry. To protect that, you take safeguard measures. Now, safeguard measures can be in two forms. Number one, increase in tariffs, whether by withdrawing the concession or modifying the concession, or increasing the tariffs beyond the bound rate, or imposing quotas, quantitative restrictions. Now, these conditions are given in the agreement on safeguards and Article 19. And Article 19, the agreement on safeguards, as I said, clarifies and reinforces GATT disciplines, particularly those under Article 19, and re-establish multilateral control over safeguards, and eliminate measures that escape such control, and encourages structural adjustments. As I said, structural adjustment means that you give time of adjustment to your domestic industry against globalization, against opening up against the foreign competition in the shape of goods coming at reduced rates to your country.
In what shape or structural adjustment of the
You suggest me one. I'll ask the same question to you. Adjustment कैसे हो सकती है? नहीं, subsidy, that is not structural adjustment. Subsidy or anti-dumping is out for the moment. Just keep it out. Structural adjustment is कि आप technological advancement कोई लेने की कोशिश करते हैं. You try to improve the production processes. You try to increase the production capacity. You try to reduce the fixed cost by enhancing your capacities. You employ some technological processes which reduce your cost, which reduce the processing cost, anything. And enhancing competition in the international markets. Now, if we want to understand fully what safeguard measures are, we need to go through the Article 19 of GATT 1994 and the agreement on safeguards together. They have to be read together. They have to be pursued together. They have to be construed together. Now, what do you understand by construing? Construe means that how you derive, how you interpret the law, construe the law. So they have to both be perused together, construed together, read together, referred together. Next. Now, structure of the agreement. Now, structure of the agreement tells us that the agreement on safeguards consists basically of 14 articles. The first two provide the general provisions. Now, when you go through the legal text, by the way, did you get a copy of the legal text? Not from the website even? वो डाउनलोड किया आप लोगों ने? जी वो 514 पेजेस हैं बाय द वे, 150 नहीं है. So you have to download them. उसमें डाउनलोडिंग में तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए. So when you go through the agreement on safeguards, you will find that first two articles pertain to the general provisions, and the rules governing to the members' obligation of new safeguard measures, that is of those applied after the entry into force of WTO agreement, they are contained from Article 3 to 9, and rules pertaining to pre-existing measures that were applied before the WTO entry into force are contained in Article 10 and 11. Now, since that period has lapsed now, there will be no pre-existing measures under this. And then multilateral obligations and institutions regarding application of safeguard measures are contained in Article 12 to 14. Next. Now the coverage is, as we have discussed earlier, that the suspension of the GATT concessions or obligations under the obligations under the defined emergency circumstances. Now what are emergency circumstances? That you've earned an obligation, reduced, and suddenly the import started coming in. And then the agreement explicitly does not apply to mayas taken pursuant to other provisions of GATT, Article Annex A. Now these are the legal things. If you want to go through them, you can go through them at your leisure time. Otherwise, as such, they are not required to be. Now, we talked about earning an obligation, and that meant reduction and then binding. Now, the law says that if an item is not bound, you can increase the tariff without referring the case to the WTO. And this is all about that. Next. Now, this is important. Now, what are the preconditions which should exist before you can take any action? Now again, this is, when I say important, this means it is important question wise also in the paper. So there must be some preconditions which must exist, or which should be there, or which you need to prove before you can take or propose any measure, any safeguard measure. And they are contained in 2 articles. Number 1, Article 2, conditions of the safeguard. This is the safeguard agreement. Now which is the safeguard agreement? The one formed under the WTO agreement, the Uruguay round. And Article 19 of GATT, which is the earlier one. Criteria, 100%, this is criteria. Article 2 क्या कहता है? Article 2 says that if the imports of the product should have increased, there should have been either an absolute increase or a relative increase. Now I did not go into the calculations under anti-dumping because we were coming here, so I left that point just giving you a little calculation. But here we'll go into the detail of what is relevant and what is relative and what is absolute increase. Number 1, if the the import of the products has increased either absolute or in relative terms. तो पहली condition क्या है? The imports have increased. जो बाहर से माल आ रहा है उसकी quantity बढ़ गई है. 2 सूरतों में, किन सूरतों में? Relative हो या absolute terms में हो. Number 2, the imports should have increased in such quantities under such conditions so as to cause or threaten to cause serious injury to the domestic industry of the directly competitive products. So इसमें कौन कौन सी terms use हुई हैं? Number 1, absolute, relative, in such quantities, such conditions, and which have caused or threatened to cause serious injury to domestic producers of like or directly competitive products. So we'll try to see in the following lecture, in the following part of the lecture, that what is meant by absolute increase, what is meant by relative increase, what means by such quantities, cause and threaten to cause, and what is meant by serious injury, and again what is meant by domestic producer of like or directly competitive products. अब उसमें डायरेक्टली कंपैरेटिव, एंटी डंपिंग में डायरेक्टली कंपैरेटिव प्रोडक्ट्स का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं आया था. Here we find it's like and directly competitive products. Now what can be a directly competitive product? Wait, give me an example. Identical तो like में आ गए ना. Like? स्पेयर पार्ट की एग्जांपल शायद इसलिए ठीक नहीं होगी क्योंकि स्पेयर पार्ट बिल्कुल 100% आइडेंटिकल होगा तो फिट होगा, नहीं तो मशीन नहीं चलेगी. Yes, this is good example. Any other? ना वो तो आइडेंटिकल में चला गया. लाइक टीवी एंड मॉनिटर, लेकिन मॉनिटर जो है वो मेरा ख्याल है 15-17 इंच से ज़्यादा नहीं आता जी, 24 तक आता है, लेकिन उससे आगे तो वो नहीं आता, तो आपको फिर वहाँ पर सिर्फ वही देखना पड़ेगा, वो आइडेंटिकल नहीं होंगे, वो सब्स्टिट्यूट भी नहीं होंगे। हाँ, उस पे वो इफेक्ट भी नहीं होगा। एनी अदर लाइक दिस इज पेट बॉटल, दिस इज मेड फ्रॉम पेट कहते हैं प्योर टेरीपेथलेट एसिड, दिस इज पेट बॉटल, पेट चिप से बनती है। अगर इसकी जगह पे आप पीवीसी बॉटल बना दें तो दैट कुड बी ए सब्स्टिट्यूट थिंग। और घी जो है आप पैक करते हैं इस पेट बॉटल में भी करते हैं और टिन प्लेट में भी करते हैं, तो दे आर सब्स्टिट्यूटेबल फॉर ईच अदर बिकॉज वन कैन टेक द मार्केट ऑफ द अदर। सो वील ट्राई टू सी ऑल दीज टर्म्स वन बाय वन। अब उस आर्टिकल में क्या क्या कंडीशंस थी जी? इफ यू कम बैक टू दी अर्लियर वन, नंबर 1 कि imports should have been increased either in absolute terms or relative terms. Number 2, the imports should have been in such increased quantities so as to cause or threaten to cause serious injury to the domestic producers of the like or substitute products. तो दो कंडीशंस आर्टिकल 2 में हैं कि imports होनी चाहिए जो कि absolute और relative term में increase हों। नंबर 2, इतनी ज़्यादा हों कि वो threaten to cause serious injury या सीरियस इंजरी या थ्रेट टू सीरियस इंजरी को क्रिएट करें। जी, दैट इज द एब्सोल्यूट एंड रिलेटिव टर्म, उसको देखते हैं जी अभी हम। नेक्स्ट, नाउ वो थी अंडर आर्टिकल 2 ऑफ गैट एग्रीमेंट ऑन द सेफगार्ड एग्रीमेंट्स अंडर द WTO। नाउ दीज आर द 2 कंडीशंस अंडर आर्टिकल 19 of GATT 1994, and number 1 is the increased import should be the result of unforeseen developments। कि आपको पता नहीं है, unforeseen है, you have not seen them, you did not visualize them, जो somebody said कि जी ये सारा कुछ तो प्लान करके किया गया होगा। Probably you raise that question when you are getting into market access। तो market access में you knew it कि this is going to happen। Now what is this? This is unforeseen, you had not visualized that। Are you answered now? Number 2, the increased import should be the effect of the obligations of the member in GATT 1994. Now this is section 1A. Now what is an obligation? 10% reduction in favor of Japan under market access, reduction from 25 to 10%, placing it under the schedule under article 2 under market access negotiations and binding them. So this is an obligation. So there are 4 conditions now. Number 1, under article 2 में पहली क्या थी जी? इंक्रीज्ड इंपोर्ट्स हों रिलेटिव या एब्सोल्यूट टर्म्स में। दूसरी कंडीशन क्या थी कि इतनी हों कि जिनकी वजह से इंजरी हो गई टू द डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री प्रोड्यूसिंग लाइक और सब्स्टिट्यूट प्रोडक्ट्स। नंबर 3 अंडर आर्टिकल 19 क्या, तीसरी क्या है? अनफोर्सीन डेवलपमेंट्स हैं कि आप वो विजुलाइज नहीं कर रहे थे सर्कमस्टांसेस जो अब डेवलप हो गए। और नंबर 4 क्या है कि आपने ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न की हो। तो सबसे पहले तो ये चीज़ तय पाई कि सेफगार्ड मेजर आप सिर्फ उस इंडस्ट्री के लिए ले सकते हैं जिसकी को आपने टैरिफ बाइंडिंग और रिडक्शन में लेके आए हैं मार्केट एक्सेस के तहत। अब पाकिस्तान का टैरिफ, इफ़ यू गो बैक टू आवर अर्लियर लेक्चर्स, आपको याद होगा कि अभी तक हमने सिर्फ 28% या 30% टैरिफ को बाइंड किया है, बाकी 70% ऑफ द टैरिफ स्टिल रिमेन्स टू बी बाउंड। अब व्हाट इज़ आवर कोर्स अबाउट? कोर्स का टाइटल क्या है? इम्पैक्ट ऑन पाकिस्तानी इंडस्ट्री। अब हुआ क्या? अब if you try to recall what you had learned earlier, and I'll try to help you in remembering that, कि हमने मार्केट एक्सेस के तहत टैरिफ्स को नीचे लेके आए, बाइंड किया, 30% टैरिफ को हमने बाइंड कर दिया और उसको हमने शेड्यूल ऑफ कंसेशंस में ले गए। वो 50% की एवरेज बाइंडिंग थी। अब हमने करंट अप्लाइड रेट टैरिफ का ले आए 25%, राइट? अब 25% पे जब हम लेके आए हैं तो हमने वो ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न कर लिया जो हमने ओरिजिनली भी नहीं की थी, विदाउट कमिटिंग दैट। नाउ वील ट्राई टू सी कि इस अब अगर हम कोई सेफगार्ड मेजर लेना चाहते हैं तो हम किस इंडस्ट्री पे ले सकते हैं, किस पे नहीं ले सकते। तो पहली कंडीशन तो ये है कि सिर्फ उस इंडस्ट्री के लिए ले सकते हैं जिसके लिए आपने ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न की है। ऑब्लिगेशन किन के लिए अर्न की है? 30% को जिनको आपने रिड्यूस किया और बाइंड किया है, वॉट एवर द रेट, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ द रेट, जिसको रिड्यूस किया है और बाइंड किया है।
रेसिप्रोकल बेसिस पे जो अगली कंट्री वो भी अपनी कंसेशन वापस ले लेती है।
दैट इज रिटेलिएशन, विल कम टू दैट लेटर। तो ये 4 कंडीशंस कुछ बैठ गई जनाब दिमाग में, या अभी वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट दैट मोर? यस, व्हाट आर दोज कंडीशंस विदाउट लुकिंग एट द बोर्ड? ना वो तो मुझे भी पता है। व्हाट आर द 4 कंडीशंस?
कंडीशन ये है कि आपका जो क्वान्टिटेटिवली जो इतनी ज़्यादा अमाउंट क्वान्टिटीज़ की हो कि हमारी इंडस्ट्री को कर सके।
पहली चीज़ ये है आर्टिकल एग्रीमेंट अंडर सेफगार्ड्स के तहत कि इंक्रीज्ड इंपोर्ट्स शुड हैव इंक्रीज्ड इन एब्सोल्यूट और रिलेटिव टर्म्स। वील सी व्हाट इज़ रिलेटिव एंड व्हाट इज़ एब्सोल्यूट। पहली कंडीशन ये है कि वो इंक्रीज़ हो। दूसरी कि वो इतनी क्वांटिटीज़ में आए कि वो डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री को इंजर करे। ये तो हैं सेफगार्ड्स एग्रीमेंट की कंडीशंस, जो नया एग्रीमेंट है। जो पुराना एग्रीमेंट है आर्टिकल 19, जिनको हमने दोनों को मिला के पढ़ना है, उसकी पहली कंडीशन क्या है? फोर्सी ना किया हो, अनफोर्सीन हो, कि आपने उनको विजुलाइज नहीं किया। जब आप कमिटमेंट कर रहे थे, मार्केट एक्सेस नेगोशिएशंस कर रहे थे, उस वक्त आपने दिमाग को नहीं लगाया, या दिमाग को लगाया लेकिन आप परसीव नहीं कर सके कि ऐसे हालात पैदा हो गए। नंबर 2 क्या है कि आपने ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न की हो। तो शायद हमें इस तरह से उल्टा चलना चाहिए। नंबर 1 कि आपने एक ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न की है पहले, क्योंकि इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम ऑब्लिगेशन। अगर आप ऑर्डर को उल्टा पढ़ेंगे तो शायद ज़्यादा समझ में आएगा। नंबर 1, आपको एक ऑब्लिगेशन अर्न करनी है, आपने की है, तो फिर आप सेफगार्ड लगा सकते हैं। नंबर 2 कि इंक्रीज्ड इंपोर्ट शुड बी अनफोर्सीन, कि आप इसको अनफोर्सी नहीं आपने किया था। और फिर आप नए एग्रीमेंट में चले जाएंगे तो वो कहेगा कि दो इंपोर्ट्स इंक्रीज होनी चाहिए एब्सोल्यूट या रिलेटिव टर्म में। और दूसरी कंडीशन उसकी क्या है कि इतनी ज़्यादा इंपोर्ट्स हों इन सच क्वांटिटीज, इन सच मैनर कि दे cause or threaten to cause serious injury to the domestic industry. Now, if you have understood this, we can proceed further with a just 2-minute break.